Everybody's favourite hopeless romantic, Brock has given the anime series some of its most memorable moments since he first appeared on our screen 22 long years ago. So today we're going to sort the best from the rest of Brock's entire Pokemon team. We'll be looking at the Pokemon Brock currently has on hand, as well as taking a look at some of the Pokemon that Brock has at home or in Pewter City with his brother Forest in the Pewter City gym. We won't be looking at Pokemon like VULPIX. Sadly, as much as I love VULPIX, it was returned in the anime series, so it won't be in this list. Brock's worst Pokemon by far is his Comfey. It was actually a gift which he was given when he arrived to the Alola region by Nurse Joy. It's a shame he didn't re-gift it straight away, because it only knows Sweet Scent, which is a move that cannot deal any damage whatsoever, and its crowning achievement in the anime series was to calm down a Kangaskhan in distress. Yeah. Next up is Chansey, which can be a pretty decent Pokemon, but Brock's Chansey is not. Brock probably wishes he had eaten this Happiny egg rather than spend the time and effort to raise such a disappointing Chansey. As a Happiny, it showed signs of immense strength and potential, but it decided to evolve just to save a poison Pichu, and at that point it was too late for Chansey. Only knowing Secret Power, Pound and Soft Boiled, this really is the rotten egg of Brock's Pokemon team. Another major underachiever in Brock's team is Ludicolo. A grass and water type Pokemon like Lotad looked like the perfect Pokemon for Brock to add some extra coverage to his team. But it turns out Lombre was more of a joker than a competitive battling partner. And by the time it evolved into Ludicolo, it only knew Water Gun, Razor Leaf and Bullet Seed, which is pretty poor as a moveset. Unfortunately, Brock's Ludicolo now lives in Pewter City with his family, where his mother and father actually use it as a luggage handler. Yikes. Next up on the list is Geodude. Quite a disappointment for one of Brock's first Pokemon. Now Brock's Geodude actually has quite an impressive moveset, which we'll give it plus points for. However, it got very limited screen time in the anime series, and it will always be remembered as the rock Pokemon that got taken out to a Thunderbolt. Yeah. It turns out when Brock lent his prized Geodude to his little brother Forest in the Pewter City gym, it did it a world of good. It even was able to take out a Charizard with a Mega Punch, which is great. However, for the most part of the anime, this Geodude was always better at fighting fires than Pokemon. Brock's Crobat comes next on the list, and this is due to it being rather underdeveloped. We never actually got to see how Brock caught his Zubat. He just turned up out of Mount Moon with a Zubat, and by the Johto series, that Zubat had evolved into a Golbat, getting stronger and stronger. It also soon after evolved into a Crobat, which showed immense speed. However, the weakness of Crobat is its moveset. If we look at it closely, Whirlwind, Supersonic, somehow it knows Sonic Boom, and it never really got to learn any strong moves under Brock. The next up on the list is MARSHTOMP, another one of Brock's underperformers, sadly. I don't necessarily think that MARSHTOMP's failure to develop is its own fault. I actually would point the finger at Brock here, as he has a very powerful Pokemon on his hands. However, he mismanages it. In Pokemon Battle Frontier, it was able to beat an Absol but then went down to an Eevee. Following this humiliating defeat, Brock decided to do a Brock and leave poor MARSHTOMP with his family in Kanto. Next up we have CROAGUNK, the creepiest Pokemon Brock has ever owned. We first saw CROAGUNK impressing in battles under the command of Jesse, of all people. When Brock took over, as the owner of CROAGUNK, it learnt moves like Poison Jab, Poison Sting and Brick Break. And it was quite an impressive battling partner throughout this series. By the way, if you see Brock's CROAGUNK offering you its tiny little purple hand, stay far, far away.
You take my little hand. No! Get it away from me! Take it! Take mine!
Closing in on the top spot for Brock's strongest Pokemon is Forretress. Due to its explosive nature, Brock really wanted to try and see if he could train up a Pineco. So he did, and when it evolved into Forretress, it learned some good moves like Rapid Spin, Tackle, and my favourite move,
Forretress Explosion!
Luckily for all you Forretress fans, Explosion doesn't work that way in the anime. And Forretress actually proved itself as a very strong battling partner for Brock in the Hoenn region. Brock's second strongest Pokemon is SUDOWOODO. Now in my humble opinion, Bonzi looks like somebody dragged a massive poo through a bush backwards, but SUDOWOODO is cool. Brock always was and will be a specialist in rock type Pokemon, and he formed a very special bond with SUDOWOODO. In the Diamond and Pearl series, SUDOWOODO racked up a number of victories, demonstrating a very powerful moveset which included Hammer Arm, Low Kick, Feint Attack and Mimic, which is SUDOWOODO's ace in the hole move, allowing it to use moves like Razor Leaf. It's a real contender here. Brock's strongest Pokemon, however, without a doubt, has to be STEELIX. Brock was gifted an Onix by his father Flint on his 10th birthday. It was his first Pokemon. And after some time spent in the Pewter City gym with his brother Forrest, it evolved into a STEELIX. STEELIX is currently on hand with Brock, and using his trusty STEELIXite, he is able to Mega Evolve STEELIX. When Brock Mega Evolves his STEELIX, it gives his team an added dimension of power, an unstoppable force, and with moves like Rock Throw, Iron Tail, Dragon Breath, Slam and Stone Edge, you don't want to be meeting this STEELIX in a dark alley. In the Sun and Moon anime, Mega STEELIX is able to endure an Inferno Overdrive from Turtonator, and hits back with an almighty Stone Edge, winning the battle. Throughout the years, STEELIX has remained loyal to Brock and remains his #1 Pokemon. Thanks very much for watching today's video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and leave a comment. How would you have ranked Brock's Pokemon? See you soon.